In today's video, I will rank the 15 biggest EuroLeague offseason signings to understand which team had the best one. The evaluation is simple: player strengths, weaknesses, the potential fit to their new club, and does it fill the exact areas where that team needed help. As we go through the list, you are more than welcome to do the same in the comment section down below. We can't start this video without talking about the most unexpected and groundbreaking transfer of the summer. This jump from one side of Athens to the other triggered the whole rebuild process for the Greens, showing the other potential signings they are serious about being back on the top. Of course, it cost a lot as Sloukas was given around 3 million euros per year, but we all know what he brings to the table: pick and roll greatness and ice-cold shots in the last seconds. Yes, he could and will be a target defensively for Pau, but this signing not only takes away an important piece from their biggest rivals, but should also get them a head start in their comeback to the elite with one of the continent's best and most experienced point guards guiding them. This deserves at least an A and could have been an A+, if not the expensive price tag.
Sloukas right in the depth of the shot clock with the mid-range jump shot.
Moving on to Belgrade, we have the first NBA player coming overseas. And this is where I have mixed feelings about Partizan signing Frank Kaminsky. Not because I think he is a bad player, it's more because as it stands now, he is supposed to replace Mathias Lessort at the center position. Offensively, that takes Partizan's already #1 offense to insane heights, but defensively, they were already ranked last with Lessort, and I think Kaminsky can't replicate the same energy, rebounding percentage, and lateral movement that Mathias had. So unless Partizan sign a defensive-minded role and cut big guy, it's a B- grade for Partizan, which can get to A pretty quickly.
Kaminsky iz pop-outa za 3 poena, još jednu trojku pogađa.
Crvena Zvezda reconstructed their whole roster this summer, but the homecoming of Milos Teodosic is one of the most talked about deals. He can still produce magical assists as he was the lone creator on Virtus last year, but will his overall game help Zvezda to get wins? Won't it come to bite them if they reach the playoffs? It is no secret Bologna struggled with their defense with Milos on court. Also, the backcourt is super crowded at Zvezda, and I look at it in two ways. Teodosic is perfect for short sparks off the bench, but will he be happy with this limited role? Also, the other perimeter players are not necessarily above average on defense, making them way too much offensive orientated. I might be wrong about this fit, but a lot of question marks here, so it's a B- in my eyes. Now, losing Sloukas and Vezenkov is extremely hard, but getting Nikola Milutinov back is huge win for Olympiakos. Together with Mustafa Fall, they will form a constant 40-minute threat inside the paint for the Reds. Post-ups, deep steals, offensive rebounding. This guy can do it all. And the World Cup proved he is still the same beast as before. This could have been the first A+, but I'm giving it a simple A because Olympiakos lost a bit of offensive versatility here as both centers are non-shooters. We know how crucial it can be in the playoffs. However, it's a minor issue and I'm looking forward to seeing Milutinov dominate in the EuroLeague once again. If the Olympiakos had to improvise how to change their main duo, Efes made a player-for-player swap replacing Vasilije Micic. Losing former MVP and two-time EuroLeague champion is a tall task, but I feel like the Turkish side made the best possible decision. Darius Thompson is the point guard that makes everyone around him better, and with the guys he has next to him, that seems like a perfect deal in my eyes. He's one of those old-school guys that has a pass-first mentality. Expect lobs to Tyreek Jones, pick and pops with Tibor Pleiss, setting up shooters like Elijah Bryant, Rodrigue Beaubois in set plays, and making scoring easier for Will Clyburn. Of course, Thompson's salary is an impressive one for someone who made their EuroLeague debut only last year, so this deal also falls just a bit short of an A+. Fresh off the EuroLeague title, Real Madrid went on and upgraded their weakest, if you could call it that way, point guard position. They did it by signing Facundo Campazzo of all people, and to me, that's just not fair. You know what he brings to the table: never-ending energy, insane passes, paint pressure, and some scoring when needed. Plus, you know he's going to fit in perfectly because he has played with most of these guys already as he comes back into the system where he flourished before. If that's not an A+ in everyone's eyes, I'm not sure what should be. Barcelona, on the other hand, had quite a difficult offseason in my opinion. They decided Nikola Mirotic and his large contract are no longer needed and are gambling with Jabari Parker, who has played only 27 games in the last 3 years. Now, in his defense, the Catalans are moving away from the post-up heavy offense with Roger Gromau taking over, so it could benefit Jabari, but his problems defensively were obvious in the first official games. They aren't involving him much in the offense and making him a spot-up shooter. If he can knock down threes at a high rate, this grade gets much better, but to me, Barca are risking way too much with a player who was offered to Eurocup and Champions League teams just last year. Keeping in mind what they had before with Mirotic, this signing gets a C grade from me. So if Jabari gets a C grade, you might think Kemba Walker should get a similar one, right? But these two situations are somewhat different. Jabari is a straight player-for-player swap for Mirotic, while Kemba is an addition to the backcourt who is already filled with Mike James, Jordan Lloyd, and Elie Okobo. Yes, his physical shape is a mystery, but even if things don't work out, Monaco still have the perimeter force that brought them to the Final Four last year. And if this risk is rewarded, oh boy, do Monaco opponents are facing big problems. That's of course a gamble knowing Kemba's knee situation, but overall, it's a B signing in my eyes that could help Monaco attract other NBA players in the future. The next guy on this list is unique from all the others. He is the only one who resigned with his current club. Kevin Punter was the hottest name of the summer as Barcelona, Panathinaikos, and others came calling. But Partizan reached a huge win, extending the clutch shooting guard. The American is arguably the best scorer in the tournament right now, and without him, the Serbian team's image would have changed completely. Him staying meant they can keep building on the continuity of Punter-led core that pushed them so close to the Final Four last year. We all agree it's an easy A+ here, right? Now, the biggest drama of the summer was Nikola Milutinov and his decision. On the verge of joining Partizan, he changed his mind at the very last second and joined the crowded frontcourt of Olimpia Milano, where forward is projected to play power forward and also small forward positions. I won't surprise anyone saying Miro is an A+ player, but I believe Milano was more in a need of another guard with their backcourt thin and always prone to injuries. This is the only reason Milano gets an A for signing an A+ player, and I hope this makes sense for you. Olympiakos were also in a search of a scoring guard to cover their one-on-one scoring problem, and quite surprisingly they ended up with Ignas Brazdeikis from Žalgiris Kaunas. Big body, strong wing is more than capable beating his opponents off the dribble, as he improved significantly in the second half of his rookie season. But can he be the closer like Sloukas was in the clutch? There are a few question marks about his defense too. Of course, Olympiakos' wonderful team defense should help covering this. So overall, it's a B in my eyes because Olympiakos also had to pay a hefty buyout since they didn't want to wait anymore for potential NBA targets. The next player was once praised by LeBron James himself.
LeBron James did tweet that if there's another point guard in the lottery, he doesn't know how you take another one.
So do I need to add anything else about Shabazz Napier? That's a huge addition for Crvena Zvezda, with a lot of other top-shelf teams pursuing the scoring point guard. On top of that, it's a 2-year deal, so it won't be a replica of Campazzo's situation where the Argentinian left after 6 months. In Milano, Napier's arrival completely changed the team's picture. From a team that struggled to score points and beat opponents to a 16-point increase in offensive rating and a 6-game winning streak. I think Zvezda surprised some people by landing Napier, as they get an A+ for this deal.
Step back. Oh. A dagger of a three-point shot and a sneer.
Mathias Lessort and Partizan were the biggest love story last year, but that did not stop the Frenchman from leaving to Ergin Ataman project in Athens. Undersized center opened a lot of eyes in the 22-23 campaign, emerging as one of the top centers in the continent. Superb roller to the rim, fast feet defensively, unmatched energy that led to multiple second chances per game. He is the typical modern big guy that anybody wants on your team, but can he repeat the success at the same level under a coach not named Željko Obradović? I'm pretty sure he can, as this gets an A grade in our ranking. Barcelona had another signing from the NBA. Willy Hernangomez did not attract much interest in the strongest basketball league, and Barca made a juicier offer than Real Madrid. The European champion should get his stats quite easily, but I'm not sure how effective he can be in doing so. I'm talking about the defensive side of the court, as he has been heavily targeted defensively in the first official ACB games, and this raises some concern before the start of the EuroLeague. Teams constantly look for weak spots here, and this could be the case with Willy. Also, just like with Mirotic before, Barca gave Hernangomez a long-term deal to convince the center to sign, but as we all know, that could come back to bite Barcelona in a couple of years. All in all, Barcelona get a B grade as Willy is not a creator for himself and defensive issues might be too big to overcome. Last but not least, we have Partizan replacing Dante Exum with another former NBA player. PJ Dozier is as similar as one can be to Exum, and Jelko is not wasting any time implementing the same set plays for him as for Dante. Team's fans already love him for his length defensively that will cause various problems in the EuroLeague. He can also post up smaller guards, and if he can replicate Dante's excellent 39% free-point shooting when Punter or others attracted all the attention, this is an A grade as transitions from one player to another doesn't get any smoother than this. So these were the 15 biggest EuroLeague transfers this summer. Let us know your grades in the comment section down below. Also, tell us if you liked this type of video. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.